Okay, we're jumping straight into a really urgent topic today, one that could be in your kitchen right now.
Right. We're talking about a high-priority food recall.
It involves E. coli contamination in Canadian ground beef products.
Yeah.
And this isn't just about a headline. This is about what you need to do, like, right now.
It's the perfect deep dive because we're taking these alerts from the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, the CFIA, and turning them into something you can actually use.
Yeah.
Because the system can flag a problem, but it really depends on consumers, on you to respond quickly and, thoroughly.
So our mission here is to move you from just being aware of the news to having this proactive safety knowledge. We want you to understand the risk, why it's there, and how to defend against it.
And we know the exact starting point. The recall is actively targeting Aladdin brand lean ground beef.
Aladdin brand, okay.
Some preliminary testing flagged a potential for E. coli contamination in specific batches, and that's what triggers this level of urgency.
Okay, let's unpack that. For anyone listening who just bought ground beef, we need to get sort of forensic about this. What are the immediate actions you need to take?
The first step, and honestly, it can be the most challenging one, is just identifying the product.
Right.
We know it's Aladdin brand lean ground beef, but the CFIA's list is super specific. It's only certain production dates and lot codes that are affected.
So they can trace it back to one single batch, not the entire product line.
Exactly. So just seeing Aladdin lean ground beef on the package isn't quite enough.
You have to find that tiny, sometimes impossible to read numeric code on the package.
Absolutely. That product code is the key. You have to find it, then cross-reference the full code and the date against the list on the CFIA's website. It's one of those moments where the fine print really matters.
Okay, so let's say I've done that and I've confirmed I have one of the affected packages. What's next? Because I feel like this is where people get confused. Do I just cook it extra well to be safe?
No, that is the one thing you don't do. The primary rule, and it's non-negotiable, is do not consume it.
Not at all.
You just can't rely on cooking in an active recall situation. The risk of cross-contamination before you even get it to the pan is too high. So you either throw it out immediately in a sealed bag, or you package it up securely and return it to the store for a refund.
The main goal is just getting it out of the food chain completely.
Completely.
I think we all breathe a sigh of relief once the product is gone, but that's not the end of it, is it? We have to think about where that package was sitting.
This is such a critical point and gets overlooked all the time. Secondary contamination. A leaky package. Or maybe you handled the raw meat, then touched the fridge door. The bacteria isn't just in the beef anymore.
So if that package was in my fridge, what does thorough cleaning actually mean? It's not just a quick wipe, is it?
No, not at all. You need to clean every surface. The meat might have touched shelves, drawers, the handle with hot soapy water, and then follow up with a sanitizing solution.
Like a bleach solution.
A little bit of bleach in water works perfectly. If you don't do this, you could contaminate the groceries you buy next week, long after the recall is over. It really forces you to see your kitchen as this fragile ecosystem.
That really drives home the urgency. Okay, so now that we have the immediate physical steps, let's get into the why. Because when we talk about E. coli, this isn't your average food poisoning.
No. And we need to be specific here. We're worried about a particular strain, Shigatos toxin-producing E. coli, or STEC.
STEC.
Yeah, the most infamous one is O157H7. Most E. coli are harmless. They live in our gut. But this one is, it's virulent. It produces these really potent toxins.
So what are the first signs? How would you know if you were infected with this specific kind?
It usually starts with really severe stomach cramps. Then sudden and often bloody diarrhea usually shows up a few days after you've eaten the contaminated food.
And the pain is what sets it apart.
The intensity of the abdominal pain is often a key differentiator.
That sounds awful on its own, but the stakes here are so much higher than just a couple of bad days. This bacteria can cause systemic failure.
It can. And this is the core of the issue. The toxins from the STEC can get into your bloodstream and travel to the kidneys.
Oh, wow.
And in some cases, it leads to a condition called hemolytic uremic syndrome, or HUS. It's a type of Well, the incubation period can be tricky, anywhere from 1 to 10 days. But once symptoms appear, there are definite red flags.
Okay.
We're talking about severe, relentless abdominal pain, diarrhea that is noticeably bloody and doesn't stop, or persistent vomiting. Those are all signs that you need to get to a doctor immediately.
Understanding the pathogen really gives us the context for prevention. So let's shift from the threat to the defense. What is the single most important thing you can do to mitigate this risk?
It's the application of heat, Cooking is your absolute last line of defense. Thorough cooking kills the bacteria.
We always hear cook your meat thoroughly, but ground beef is a totally different beast from, say, a steak, right? Why is it so much more vulnerable?
That is the key insight. Think about a steak. Bacteria live on the surface.
Yeah.
So if you sear the outside, the inside is sterile.
Right.
But ground beef is made by taking a bunch of different trimmings and grinding them all together.
So any bacteria that was just on the outside of one piece is now mixed through the entire batch. It's in the very center of every hamburger patty.
Exactly. That structural difference means the bacteria are everywhere. You can't just look at the color in the middle and assume it's safe. The only way to know is to get the entire thing up to a lethal temperature.
Which brings us to the magic number. The one number you have to hit every single time.
The definitive life-saving temperature for ground beef is 160 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 71 Celsius.
160.
And you have to verify it with a food thermometer. You stick it in the thickest part of the meat, no guessing.
It's funny, a food thermometer feels like a gadget for foodies trying to get a perfect medium rare, but for ground beef, it's actually a basic public health tool.
It absolutely is. Guessing based on color is just... yeah.
It's not science. The thermometer makes it an objective measurement. But like you said earlier, prevention doesn't start at the grill. It starts when you bring the groceries home. We have to talk about cross-contamination.
Right, the silent culprit. What are the biggest mistakes people make?
It's a two-front war. Temperature and separation. In the fridge, separation's everything. Raw meat always goes on the bottom shelf, sealed up tight, below everything else.
Below, ready-to-eat foods like fruits or leftovers. That way, if the package leaks, it can't drip down onto something you're about to eat raw.
And then when you start prepping, that's when the lines get blurry.
That's when you need a system. Separate cutting boards for meat and produce. Separate utensils. A huge mistake is using the same plate to carry raw patties out to the grill and then putting the cooked burgers back on that same plate.
You've just recontaminated the safe food.
Instantly. You've completely undone all the good work of cooking it to 160 degrees.
It's just a moment of absent-mindedness.
It is. And then there's hand washing, of course. A proper wash after handling raw meat and cleaning your counters and sink. Finally, keeping the meat cold right up until you cook it slows down any bacterial growth.
So that covers our kitchens. But let's zoom out a bit. What about the regulatory system that's supposed to catch this stuff? The CFIA issued the alert. How did they find it?
The CFIA is basically the backbone of Canada's food safety system. They do regular inspections, they do random product testing, and they manage this national traceability system. They didn't just stumble on this, they would have gotten test results, probably from the producer or their own testing, confirming E. coli in a specific lot.
So they're not just reacting, they're supposed to be preventing these things from happening in the first place.
Exactly. And when something is flagged, their speed is critical. This is an active, mandatory recall. That means the public health risk is so severe, they need to get the product out of everywhere, including your home.
That has to be a huge economic hit for the company. How does the CFIA balance that pressure with their public safety duty?
Well, public health has to win, every time. Recalls are incredibly expensive, the disposal, the investigation, the damage to the brand. CFIA works with the company to trace it all, but they have the final say. There's zero tolerance for pathogens like staph.
The supply chain is so complex, though. Even with domestic products, you've got processors, distributors, retailers. What's the biggest challenge for the CFIA in that environment?
It's enormous.
Sure.
The challenge is speed and thoroughness. They have to make sure every single affected package is accounted for. They rely a lot on the manufacturer being cooperative and having good records.
So the CFIA is this powerful system, but it doesn't mean anything if you, the consumer, are not in the loop. How can people leverage this system to protect themselves?
The CFIA has basically given us the tools to be part of the system. First, you should just get in the habit of checking their website for advisories.
That's a proactive step, though. Is there an easier way?
There is. The most effective thing you can do is subscribe to their recall notifications. You get an alert by email the moment it happens.
Okay.
That cuts down the lag time between them finding a risk and you taking action. And finally, you have to rely on those credible sources. The CFIA, Health Canada, not something you see spreading on social media.
This has been such a critical deep dive. Let's just do a quick recap of the most important takeaways for everyone. We started with the specific threat, the Aladdin lean ground beef recall, and the serious risk from STEC, which can lead to kidney failure.
And remember those immediate actions. Check your package codes against the CFIA list. Safely throw out or return the product, and then Really take the time to sanitize your fridge and counters.
And when you're cooking any ground beef, the single most important thing is that non-negotiable internal temperature. 160 degrees Fahrenheit, verified with a thermometer.
Vigilance is everything, because the whole system, from the farm to your kitchen, has all these different layers of defense. Ground beef, just by its nature, requires our maximum caution.
The regulatory agencies are doing their part, but they're catching flaws in a system that's built for incredible speed and volume.
Right. And that leads us to our final thought.
Our modern food supply chains are amazing, right? They move food over huge distances super efficiently.